just put it out point blank the way everyone's talking about it lately. Is Bill Guerin establishing the next wave of the country club?
So you're going to have to walk me through this. I did not listen to where this was. It you said it was Russo?
Well, no,
and Joe Smith?
No, I mean, Russo and Joe Smith are certainly alluding to the possibility of it. They're not flat out saying that it's happened. It's just funny that all the fans were correctly, let's be clear, it was correct, labeling Minnesota as the country club back in the Koivu, Parise, Suter regime. Because, listen, they got long-term contracts. They got protection. They can't be traded out. Minnesota, by and large, everyone says it's a great place to live. And it's just one of those things where you can get comfortable and complacent. And you look at the older team, settled down with families, got some term on contracts, got trade protection. Has Guerin accidentally created the... It's not bad culture, I guess, but just the, let's call it more of a passive locker room than what Bill Guerin would prefer.
I don't know. Like, it's interesting because I still I don't put a guy like Eriksson Ek in that category. I still don't put like Foligno in that category, Hartman in that category. Like a lot of those, like I don't think of them as like a country club type atmosphere. So I don't know. I
don't think it's there yet either, to be completely honest. It's more so like I can understand where fans are going to point fingers and be like, how is this different?
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's a country club or not, the result's the same as it's been for you. And I mean, now it looks worse.
this is as bad as it's been, right?
Yeah.
And to be clear too, like, it's okay to miss the playoffs. That happens. But to come in and be on this like firm, like, no, we're doubling down. We like what we've got. Paying guys before the season even starts. And Guerin has defended that. Like, I don't regret that at all. Well, I would. Like, you have zero flexibility come trade deadline. Like, you have very limited trade chips because of the protections that these players have, on top of the fact that they're just not playing all that good. But still, you could at least send those guys out for something at the deadline. Whereas now, this team that we are seeing is the team for the foreseeable future. Like,
right.
And yes, better goaltending will fix things. Kaprizov finding his game again would fix things. But it's not going to make you a contender by any means. It's not going to have you being a team that's realistically going to win a round in the playoffs, right? You're basically fighting for Leopold's pockets to be filled by one playoff round. And it's just the perpetual continuing to be competitive, but not competitive enough, but then not doing bad enough to actually stock the cupboard, even though Judd Brackett has done his best to do so. I don't know. Like when Russo is on the Jeff Merrick show and says like, yeah, at this point, I mean, shit, having a bad year and potentially being in that kind of lottery position wouldn't be so bad. Like that tells me he sees zero chance for this team. Like, and he flat out said it. They are not a contender. Even if everyone's clicking, you are not contending. No. And anyone that thought differently last year, even in the offseason, no, that's not the case. If everything works well, could they win a round? Sure. Like I'll bite depending on where it all lands, but this team definitely has a ceiling, but it's kind of scary that they're playing much closer to the floor.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, they're fighting for a playoff spot at this point. That's the thing. Like that's how, because like, you know, like you said, obviously not a contender. The thing that was we're coming in the year and be like, the roster should be good enough to make the playoffs, but it's certainly, and like no matter what they like, whether it's the coach, the player, the GM, whatever they're like putting out there, I think everybody knows that until that dead cap is off the books. There's no fucking way they were ever going to be a contender. It is impressive that, first of all, they've been as good as they've been with, like, last year where they did it. I mean, again, they had really high points last year. They had some terrible moments. There was, like, the first couple of games against Dallas, it could have gone either way, and then they just couldn't get out of their own fucking way, really. It's the same bullshit.
No. Not they. He.
And, I mean, Foligno didn't help himself.
No, but, dude,
Yes, I know you, yeah.
There haven't been much bigger lopsided coaching battles that I've witnessed, unless it was like in a series like that where people at least thought it was, 6-7 game series type thing, even though Dallas was favored. It couldn't have been more lopsided with coaching.
Yeah.
DeBoer owned him, and that makes a big fucking difference. And again, maybe we don't win, but we don't lose in embarrassing fashion, right?
Right.
I don't know. And I totally get we're not going to be able to do it with these buyouts. That's still a decision that the team made. It's not
100%. Yeah.
And I defend it. I agree with the decision. I'm not fighting it, but people act like Bill Guerin inherited the buyouts. He didn't. He inherited the contracts that were bullshit. The league fucked us hard by retroactively, after the contracts are signed, saying, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to punish this. But it was within the rules when it happened. So what the fuck? So all that being said, Guerin still made this decision, and you can't sit there and use it as a crutch for well, of course we're not going to be competitive. I did this. Yeah, you did it. Right? So I understand that's a very good reason that you're not going to truly contend. They still made the playoffs last year and had a chance to win the round, like we said.
100%.